So let me show you something. I just got this Tales of Suspense issue 45. This ties with Fantastic Four 18 as my oldest Marvel comic, my oldest Marvel superhero comic as well. Why did I get this? I don't know. I've had this in mind ever since I saw it a few weeks back, and I was determined to get it. I wanted an original Marvel comic with Tony Stark in the gold Iron Man armor. He was not in this armor for very long. Look, I'm never going to get Tony Stark in the gray armor. That was only his first appearance. Never going to afford that. Okay, I got the reprints. He's been in the red and gold ever since. But there was a little period of time where he was in the gold armor. It's just the gray armor he painted it gold. And I always wanted to know, like, well, can I get a comic from that run? And so I got it. But look, I've had this phone book size trade paperback for years. I already have it in reprint. Yes, it's in black and white. So you're saying, well, maybe you wanted it in color, right? I've already got a reprint of it in color as well. And in fact, it looks a lot better inside. See? The original is kind of junky looking. I guess the only difference is all the reprints just have the Iron Man portion. The original has the backup story in this anthology book. I come from Far Centaurus. But this looks like garbage. I'm not going to read this. I didn't get the comic for this backup feature. I really don't have a good reason as to why I got this, other than I just did. I just do what I do. There's no rhyme or reason, okay? I spent most of my life not having enough money to keep up with my bills, let alone have enough left over to go somewhere, do something, buy a little something extra. And now, well, I got all my responsibilities taken care of. I paid all my bills, this and that, whatever. Got a couple bucks left over. If something falls in that range of a couple bucks and I want it, I'll get it, and then I don't think of the price. If it falls outside of that range, which most things do, then I'm not going to get it. And again, I'm not going to think about it. Why long for something you can't have? Am I going to cry every day for the rest of my life because I don't have $100 million in the bank and I'm not married to Kate Beckinsale? No, you have whatever life you got. And if I can get something and it's not going to affect me and I want it, am I going to get it and then just regret and regret and regret that I got it? I have a coworker. She just went to Hawaii for a week and she came back. She hated the whole thing. All she could say is, yeah, we didn't really know what to do there. We didn't take any pictures. We didn't film anything. Everything was too expensive. It was hot and yada. It was just complaints. I'm like, why? Why would you go? Why would you go do something that you're just going to regret spending the money on? You don't even know what to do when you go there. Why would you get something that you don't? I don't know. Maybe I'm talking about myself. Why did I get this? What am I going to do with this? I was talking to my friends over the weekend. They're like, what are you going to do with this? You going to make a video and then put it away and never touch it again? Well, what do any of us do with anything? You get it, you have it for a finite amount of time, you're around for a finite amount of time, and then it's over with. How much am I supposed to do with it? Am I supposed to sleep with this comic every single night just to justify that I spent a couple dollars on it? What about all the people that, spend 10 times as much as I spent on this every single week to get their cartons of cigarettes, their 12 packs of beer, their losing lottery tickets and what have you? I mean, who cares what anyone spends on anything? Why am I going on and on and on about this? Am I getting defensive? Do I feel regretful as I'm sitting here talking about trying to not be regretful? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I used to make documentary videos. For a while, I was like the Star Wars guy. Once I started to be thought of as the Star Wars guy, I'm like, no, I got to switch that up. So then I became the G.I. Joe guy. Then I became like the toy collector guy. I'm like, no, I'm not any of these things. So then it was, he's the art guy. He's the acting guy. Whatever. Now it's like, well, he's the comic book guy. My friend said, hey, why am I going to watch your videos where you're looking at a comic book? If I'm interested in the comic, I'll just go get the comic. And I didn't realize that you're not just showing me a comic. You're showing me a comic, but you're telling me like a story that has nothing to do with the comic. So maybe I've been missing out. Maybe it's false advertising. But then I got my brother from years ago. He was like, you show these comics and you tell these stories, but you don't really show much of the comic. Could you show the comic more? I want to look at the comic. It's kind of cool. Everybody wants something different. What do I want? I don't know. I guess I want something different every day. Today I'm showing you a comic, and I'm talking about, I don't even know what I'm talking about. This comic here is the first appearance of Happy Hogan and Pepper Potts. And this is the 7th appearance of Iron Man in any comic ever. And it's the 6th appearance of him here in this gold armor. The next appearance of Iron Man would be in Avengers issue 1. And then he would only have the gold armor for like 3 more issues, and then that was it. It became red and gold, and it's been that way ever since. Now this cover, it's drawn by Steve Ditko, except Iron Man. This is a drawing by Jack Kirby, but not for this cover. This is from the splash page of issue 43, and it's just like put on here, and the background is drawn in by another artist. But inside, all of the art is drawn by Don Heck. Now who is Don Heck? As you can see here, this is the first appearance of Iron Man ever using his rocket roller skates. Don Heck is the 3rd major Marvel artist of the 1960s. He's the one people don't talk about. But he did the first 3 years of Iron Man. He worked for 3 years on Avengers, starting with issue 9. He is the creator of the look of Tony Stark. He replaced Joe Maneely. Okay, so Joe Maneely was Stan Lee's favorite artist. But right before the dawn of the modern Marvel age with Fantastic Four #1, Joe Maneely died in a freak accident falling between train cars at the age of 32. And so Stan Lee called up Don Heck, who had worked for him earlier before the big layoffs there at Atlas Comics, and brought him back into the fold and had him start working. But the guy that really took over as the main artist for Marvel was Jack Kirby, who, Stan and Jack didn't see eye to eye. They had a falling out, what have you. And if Stan had his way, Jack would not have been the major Marvel artist. It would have been Joe Maneely. And I think we all would have been at a loss for it, because that would have been personality-based, not talent-based. I don't find Joe Maneely to be the best at anything, whereas Jack Kirby was, definitely was. So I think we lucked out. This comic is also the first appearance of Jack Frost. Now, Jack Frost, stupid looking, right? Just looks like Iceman. But it's actually the very first costumed, super-powered foe that Iron Man ever fought. And he goes away until like Iron Man issue 86 when he makes his return. So this is Tales of Suspense. This went from issue 39 with Iron Man's first appearance all the way till issue 99. When it was issue 100, they changed the name to Captain America. Iron Man spun off in a one-shot, Iron Man Submariner issue 1, and then that was it. After that, Iron Man got his own comic, and issue 86 of that was the return of Jack Frost, and he wasn't even called Jack Frost anymore. He's called the Blizzard. So much for this guy, right? But enough about this comic, okay? This was also new comic book day for me. I'll show you a little bit of what I got. Batman issue 1. Another issue 1. They restart this every so often, of course, so this is probably the 1,000th time they've restarted it, and it's another issue 1. But it looks cool. I like all the Batman comics. I get all the Batman comics, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this, because look at that. Wow, that's awesome. And when I read it, if the story is great, look at that, a ninja. Gotham City has a ninja problem. So I already know the story's going to be great. It's won me over. We've got Doctor Strange issue 450, but is it really issue 450 again? This is another comic they start over all the time, and this just happens to be up to issue 450 for this one. And I'll show you something. What's coming next? Another Doctor Strange issue 1. They're going to start it over again, but it kind of looked cool, so I picked it up. Oh, check it out. A tribute to Jim Shooter. I love that guy. Okay, here we go again. Another big milestone type of issue, The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 975. Or is it? It's issue 11, because they keep restarting it. But this LGY, that means legacy numbering. So it's the 975th comic with Spider-Man in it, I guess. At least the Peter Parker Spider-Man. I believe that's how they count the numbering. And so they made it super thick, super expensive. Oh, the Jim Shooter thing. And it's probably got a really cool comic here for quite a ways. And then, yep, and then it's got this like backup filler material that looks like garbage. But maybe it's not garbage. I don't know. I should give it a shot. I mean, I bought it. So there's that. And then here, a friend and I were just talking about this run. He was saying, I have the entire original run of Tony Stark's Demon in a Bottle. And you know what? I don't. And out today was a trade paperback collecting it. Well, I call that kismet. So I bought it. And look at this. This was saved for me. The Robotech Archives, the complete Macross Saga, volumes 1 through 3. Look at that. 3 giant books in a box. Well, the Macross Saga is the part of Robotech that I love. And I wonder how much more of the story is in the manga than was in the anime, because I love the anime. So I'm going to find out, but that's pretty cool. I bet this was expensive too, but I'm not going to look at the price. And last but not least, look, Dynamite now has a catalog, issue 1. So with the going away, what do you call it, of Diamond Distributors and the Previews catalog, all the companies are now starting to come out with their own catalogs, which is good. They're making it easy for me to, making it easier again for me to order stuff. Let's take a look through here and see if there's anything I want. So of course I'm already going to get that. No thank you, though that cover looks pretty cool. It's just a bunch of variant covers. Gargoyles and Fantastic Four, nah. Don't care. Peter Cannon Thunderbolt. I am getting this, okay? So, look, does that look familiar? That is, throw the mask on and you've got the costume from the original Golden Age Daredevil. Kind of like a new mascot for my YouTube channel. Kind of, replacing or at least joining Stegron. And I saw this comic coming out and I was like, what the heck? Who is this guy? I looked him up and I'm like, oh, this guy's been around forever. So I went and I collected every old issue of Peter Cannon Thunderbolt, which starts from the 1960s. I got them all. I haven't shown them yet, but I'm ready because now this new series is coming out and I'm going to be on board. So there you go. You get a little preview here before I show you all the stuff I got. Pretty cool, Panthro. Getting that. No, I don't need another Vampirella one-shot. If it was, look, so I get a lot of Elvira stuff. I don't care for Harley Quinn, so I'm not getting that. Sorry, don't need this. Looks like girly stuff. Supernatural, no, thank you. It's not for me. Maleficent, I got the first series or the second series. Both or whatever. I don't know. I don't need you to just keep. You don't need to just keep giving me the same stuff over and over again. But that's what they do, right? This, no. I am getting this, Blue Falcon and Dynamite. I'm already getting that series. I'm not getting this. Nope. I'm already getting this, Herculoids. I didn't get this, and I was just complaining like last week, right? But I don't care. I'm already getting this, or already getting that, already getting that. No, don't need it. Yeah, don't need it. So I guess there's nothing new for me to order in here. Well, that makes it easy on me. I have said I want less and less to order. So anyways, that's it for now. I'll see you next time.